Um, Hi there. Just thought I'd make another video as I've had a request to give my take on what Ramesh Balsekar used to say, that as a result of his teachings, if it was the will of God or cosmic law or the will of the source, that you develop a sense of peace. He called it peace of mind. Um, Peace of mind in everyday living is what he used to call it. That if you listen to his teachings often enough, that what would happen is, he once said to a man who said, "Look, I've been coming now for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days." I think he travelled to Bombay, where Ramesh lived. He used to give satsangs, or sort of meetings, if you want to call them that, where he would talk and people would, listen and then ask questions when invited to do so. He said, "Look, I've been coming here now for 5 days, and I'm, you're talking and talking and talking, and I'm not sure what it is you're trying to do to me with all these concepts. What are you trying to do?" And Ramesh said, I'm not trying to do anything. Um, what I'm doing is passing on what's worked for me, these concepts that have worked for me. Um, and sometimes what can happen, if it's the will of the source for it to happen to you, is, if you like, I'll remove your common sense, all the conditioning that you've received in your lifetime about how things work and how you think you work is removed. And the guy then said, "Oh, I don't know." He said, "Well, you know, I just speak, I just talk, and you listen. And if it's the will of God that this teaching resonates with you, you can find peace of mind. And by that peace of mind, I mean, no matter what's happening internally or externally, you're okay with it. That I'm okay. That a deep uncomfortableness is what Ramesh used to call it. That you've got this, you're uncomfortable in your own skin, and you're uncomfortable with the other, and that means other people and other external conditions. That you're just uncomfortable with it. It shouldn't be happening. Why did they say that? Why did they do that? Why have they done that to me? Why is this happening to me? That's all removed. You have this peace of mind, this sort of foundation, this inner peace of mind, this inner foundation of whatever is happening is happening. And I'm okay in myself, and I'm okay with what's happening on the outside, if you like. And yeah, that's my take on it. That one day you suddenly, well, for me, I sort of woke up one morning and was just saying to myself, yeah, I'm not the doer of my actions, and nor is anybody else. And whatever happens is out of my control. And I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. That's my take on it. Peace of mind in everyday living. Wherever I am, whatever comes up, whatever I'm feeling internally, if I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling fed up, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling on cloud nine, that everything's really, really, really okay. You know, it does happen. I had a phone call from one of my sons the other day, and he just told me all the good things that are happening to him and his children, and I took pleasure in it. I said to him, I'm just so pleased for you and for his children, for his two little girls and my grandchildren. Yeah, you know, they'd taken them out and they'd gone dancing. They go to dance classes. They were dancing together. And he said, it was great, Dad. It's lovely to watch them dance, laughing and enjoying it, and sometimes getting the steps wrong and then getting them right. Yeah, take pleasure in it. Yeah. So whatever's happening, I've got peace of mind. It's like a foundation on which to, you know, Jesus of Nazareth used to talk about, houses being built on rocks and other houses being built on sand. And those houses that are built on sand are just collapse. The ones on the rock, they stand firm. And I think that's what he was talking about. Is of this trust, if you like, trust that everything that's happening is supposed to be happening. It may not be to our preference, you know. And I'm not to say, I'm not to say you have to accept the outcomes of what's happening. I don't know. What's a good example? You're in a restaurant. You've ordered some soup. You know, the waiter comes up. There's your soup, and it's not very hot. In fact, it's lukewarm. It's really not hot enough. Your reaction to that is, all right, I've got some cold soup. I prefer it if it was hotter. You call the waiter over and say, excuse me, this soup isn't very hot. Do you think you could sort it out for me? Either get me some hot soup or, heat this up or whatever. Not just sit there and eat your cold soup and saying, oh, this is what's happening. Do you see what I mean? You know, I don't know. People got some very strange ideas when I talk about these things, and even when Ramesh used to talk about it. He used to say, yeah, it's happening. It's pointless saying, oh, why is this happening? This shouldn't be happening. Oh, this is awful. You do whatever you can to remove yourself from the situation. Or, just say to somebody, look, I'm really not appreciating your standing there screaming and shouting at me. Okay? Can you stop screaming and shouting or go away? Or go away yourself. But once it's over, once they've moved away or stopped screaming and shouting, or you've moved yourself to another location, the thing is not to perpetuate the happening. It's happened, it's over, it's done. They shouldn't have spoken to me like that. Why are people like that? What's going on, and going on, and perpetuating it horizontally. That's what Ramesh would call your thinking mind. He said we've got two minds. One's the thinking mind, where we're continually either in the past saying, oh, well, that shouldn't have happened. I wish I hadn't have done that. I wish they hadn't have done this. Why did that happened, that shouldn't have happened, or in the future saying, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to my country? What's going to happen? That's a thinking mind, just causing yourself suffering. It's the past is dead, and the future's an illusion. It's not happened. Just bring yourself into the current moment. This is the moment. It's like this, and start doing what I'm doing now. I'm making this video. I'm in the moment. I'm making a video. I'm talking into my laptop. Looking out through I've got the door open today. It's a beautiful sunny day down here in Devon in England. Beautiful sunny day. Was it 3rd of April 2023? It's beautiful. The birds flying around. I'm here. I'm not thinking, why did that happen? Why did you do that? Why did you do this? You shouldn't have done that. It's pointless. And the same with other people. We're all just playing our parts in this, what Ramesh used to call, life's just like a feature film. God's written the script. He's worked the cameras. He's playing all the actors, all the parts, all the props, the storylines. It's all in the can. And we just watch this film unfold and play our part in it. And the best way to play our part in it is to find this, if we could just settle into our beingness, this sense of I am, that he and all the masters, all the spiritual masters talk about this I am, this feeling, this impersonal sense of I am, I exist, and that I'm not the doer. Now you have to have an ego, even Ramesh would answer his name. Ramesh, can you tell? Yes. How can I help? What? But he realised that he wasn't the doer. He just wasn't the doer of his actions. He just did what he felt and thought to do. Ask a question, he'd give an answer. If it wasn't to their preference, he would say, I'm sorry. That's my concept. You can either agree, it either resonates with you or it doesn't. If it doesn't, you're free to go. Don't want to argue about it. There's no point. But, one day it may resonate with you when something happens, because that's how it works. Not everybody gets this instantly. Some people do. Very rare, but they do. So that's my take on it. Peace of mind in everyday living. If you listen to other, there's a Buddhist abbot, or he's the ex-abbot. He's very old now. He's nearly 90. Ajahn Sumedho, and he was the senior monk or the abbot at Amaravati. But he's quite old now, so he's retired, and he's not very well. But he just gives the most amazing monk talks, and he says it all the time. Ramesh used to do. They repeat themselves again and again and again, and at some stage, people listening may get it. It suddenly resonates with them. And Ajahn Sumedho says, again and again and again, it's like this. It's like this. It's like this. It may not be to your preference. It's not very, you're walking along, it starts raining, you get wet and you get cold. It's like this. And he talks about when he's an American. He went to Thailand. He'd heard of a Buddhist abbot there called Ajahn Chah, and he went to the monastery. He was one of the first Westerners to go to Thailand and take robes, as they say, to become a Buddhist monk. He couldn't speak Thai. Ajahn could speak a bit of English, but not much. And he would say about how he just had this one book, sort of an introduction to Buddhism, and he's just, was in this monastery, in his little what they call kuti, which is just like a hut really, no running water, no air conditioning. You don't need heating in Thailand most of the time. And he said he just used to think, what am I doing here? And Ajahn Chah used to say, you're here to suffer. I hope you can suffer well. I hope you're good at it. And he said, slowly but slowly, listening to Ajahn Chah and following the 8 precepts of Buddhism, he found some peace of mind in the end. Anyway, I love Ajahn Sumedho. He's just for me, he's just the most human of human people. If that makes any sense. And he definitely has what Ramesh would call peace of mind in everyday living. Whatever's happening, it's like this. Like he's got a bad foot at the moment. I think he fell over or something, banged his head and everything. He just says, yeah, it's painful, but just suffer it. Nothing I can do about it. Well, there is something to do about it. I think he takes painkillers and, they all look after him and sort of bandage up his foot and things like that, I guess. But he's definitely got this peacefulness, this absolute peacefulness. And Ramesh had it. Ramesh used to say, why do people feel good about their guru or their teacher? They like sitting and listening to them and asking them questions. And he says, rather like a piece of favourite music. Why do you play the same piece of favourite music? It's because it calms you. You find it's peaceful, it's pleasurable. And I find that with Ajahn Sumedho. I always listen to his talks on YouTube. It says the same things again and again and again. But it all resonates with me. I'd like to talk to him as well. One-to-one one day. I want to ask him, because he never talks about this sort of, I'm not the doer, I'm not the author of my actions, as it were. Because Ramesh used to say about that, he was given this Buddhist text once. I think he said it came from Sri Lanka, from a Sri Lankan text, and he said that the Buddha said, events happen, deeds are done, but there is no individual doer thereof. Because I've never heard of Ajahn Sumedho saying, I'm not the doer, I'm just so. But each Buddhist tradition has its own teachings, as it were. Like Zen Buddhism, they've got a different, I think, emphasis, as you can call it, rather than Ajahn Sumedho. He's from Theravada, which is the Thai forest Buddhist tradition. So, it's like this. And I'm okay with it being like this. I'm like this. that's like this, they're like that, it's like that. Totally peace of mind. Yeah, sure, things come up. We've all got our, what should we say, problems, but they are, financial problems, a sick relative. The worst thing's a sick child, isn't it? But like Ramesh says, all you can do is do what you think and feel like doing. Do your best. Get the child some medicine. Take them to the doctor. Give them a nice warm bath. Put some ointment on their cuts and bruises. Just be peaceful. So that's my take on it. Somebody asked me to do this. Yeah. Anyway, if you like this video, and the good news is, I've only been doing this for a few weeks, but like I said, it's April the 3rd, 2023 today, and things were really slow. I thought, not many people are watching these videos, and I realised, how to build things so people find you in searches and whatever. And I'm very happy to say that this will be the 8th video. So the last 7 have had 200 viewings, just over 200 viewings up to date. And, some comments coming through now, like I've made this video in response to someone requesting, what's my take on Ramesh's, how he used to say about peace of mind in everyday living. Yeah, nobody's lives are perfect. It'd be boring if it was. There were no challenges, is what Ramesh used to say. Anyway, it's 200 viewings now. And some people have watched them right the way through. It's amazing, these YouTube analytics. I'm an ex-media man myself. I used to be in commercial television. I used to be the regional sales director for ITV, which is a commercial channel here in the UK. So it's all about who's watching what and when. That's the whole way that commercial television make most of their revenue. Well, they used to. It's all changed a bit now. But so I'm really enjoying that side of it. So if you like this video, can you subscribe? And then when I make another one, it'll alert you to the fact that I've loaded one up. Like it as well, and that helps the algorithms, and shows YouTube who likes what. If you've got any comments, please make a comment. I don't mind negative comments, but they're not really helpful. If you want to ask a question or want me to, like the last request, cover a particular topic, and then I'll do that gladly. And like I said, I do consultancies with companies. Go in and work out the dynamics, what they can do more of and what they can do less of very often. It's all about the people and processes. Happy to do that. I do one-to-ones, do public speaking. I think you'd like me to come along to your conference. Try not to bore you too much. One good thing about Ramesh is he often used to tell jokes. It's so funny, hilarious. Yeah, and I'm finding that myself, and sort of my sense of humour is coming back in a lot more. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, got any comments, make some comments or requests, or we've got any questions. My email's in the box below. If you can send me an email. And thank you very much for listening. And take care.